Welcome back to the Let's Play Springfest. I'm Ryuune Seichi, joined once again by...
Hi everyone, I am Bpwner.
And today, we're playing the Blue Screen of Death.
This is my favorite game. I enjoyed this a lot when I had Windows 98.
Yeah. Or Vista.
Ooh, no, I never tried Vista. But we are Team Sexy Socks, and this week, after we get through all the company screens, we are playing Zoop for the Sega Genesis.
Or I am, anyway. And, let's just take a look at the options here really quick, you know. There's a plus and a minus. I looked at this for quite a while, and I still don't understand exactly what it means.
Well, you need to pay attention to your pluses and minuses, especially when you're jumping a car. If you plug those into the wrong thing, you could get electrocuted.
Yeah. Anyway, this is Zoop. From what I can tell, basically, you shoot your little arrow guy at the same colors and then match them, and they disappear.
The first thing I thought when I saw this game was, well, that it had a really weird Art Deco 90s design for all the shapes, kind of like the graphics from Saved by the Bell. But also that it's like Magical Drop, except it's spread out all over the screen instead of looking at one thing, and so instantly I was awful at this game.
Yeah, I cannot multitask that well. I mean, I can do like 2 things at a time, but I couldn't split my head into 4 different directions. It's a bit overwhelming, to say the least.
Yeah, it was very easy for me to be looking at the exact wrong part of the screen, and then I would get encroached from the bottom or one of the sides. But what would you say, Mr. Ryuune Seichi, is the strategy to doing well at this game?
Don't die. Oh, but here, I'm about to look it up.
Oh. Yes, you looked it up quite well indeed.
Yep. I believe that's called getting a Zoop. I have no idea. That's what Zenny called it anyway. So, I'm just gonna go with that.
I would like to call it Zoop the Whoop, but, you know, you don't want to beat the old internet memes into the ground too much.
That's definitely sure. Oh, I think I'm about to die here soon.
Yeah, this looks like it would be hard to keep track of everything that's going on the screen at one time.
At least for me it was. Because... yeah, now I'm surrounded on 2 sides, and I'm about to be surrounded on the 3rd. And I've completely forgotten about that bottom one. Oh, maybe not.
It's like an overabundance of purple encroaching on the sides there, but you seem to have staved it off for now.
Except that blue one on the bottom is probably going to kill me right about now. Oh, but I got another Zoop. Look it up.
Save, look it up. I'm having a hard time in my mind reconciling what these shapes are supposed to be. I think they're just like the reject Lucky Charms. We've got painter's palettes and blue boomerangs and purple trumpets.
Yeah, definitely the first thing I thought of when I saw the blue things was boomerangs, and I just called myself AAA here. For all of your car needs. Or towing. I'm not exactly sure what AAA is, actually.
I'm not a member of AAA, but, you know, usually if I get a flat, I have to deal with it myself.
And there I just got the spring, and I'm trying to figure out how to activate it, if there's a way to activate these. I could not figure it out. All I know is that at one point I had like 3 springs on me, and I didn't know what they did. Let's sit there.
That's weird to have a item that you have to activate to use in a puzzle game. Most of the time in the simpler games like Puzzle Fighter, you get those diamond crash things almost never when you need them, because you'll be building up a combo to execute, and that's more of an item that you need when you're, you know, about to lose.
Yeah.
Imminent approaches. So what are some of your favorite puzzle games? I myself am notoriously bad at them.
Yeah, as I'm sure at least some people can notice, I played a lot of Puyo Puyo, or Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine when it was brought over here, but...
Puyo Puyo, infamous for causing much frustration during the Let's Play summer games.
I believe, yeah. Because I think it was the one Fresno posted. I'm starting to mix them up myself, so...
I think we need sponsored Let's Play games, such as the Bill Murray Coke and Pepsi, but I think individual weeks need to be sponsored, like this week brought to you by Low Fat Doritos featuring Olestra.
Olestra?
Yeah, you remember the great low fat oil that caused anal leakage
in the
right. 1990s.
Well, I will say one thing about the game. The music is pretty funky.
Yeah, I kind of got a little bit of a Zombies Ate My Neighbors vibe early on, but
yeah.
I was just, in my runs I did quite poorly. I could barely get past the first couple of screens, really. It's just too much stuff encroaching on you. Like, right here, I can see how it would be difficult to, well...
Let's count how many times I die. Actually, I think I get enough deaths to fill that entire high score list.
And that would be my goal, to fill the entire high score list on any game with my initials, so everyone would know that I played it way entirely too much, and at varying skill levels.
Yeah. That's right, there are different skill levels in this game. This must be the standard. I can't even imagine what the hard must be. I probably lost exactly 1 minute.
At the beginning, it doesn't even look that bad either, but the tough thing I had wrapping my head around was I had played Magical Drop a lot, and in that game you can catch multiple balls of the same color and throw them at a row to, clear balls of the same color, but here it's basically just you're changing the color of your little cursor there.
Yeah, and I mean, the one thing I could liken this game to in my mind was this PopCap game called Astro Pop, which, you told me you played, I guess.
Yeah, at one point.
Except, once more, that's just one side of the screen. It's coming from the top, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I played. But...
Yeah, Astro Pop is quite similar to Magical Drop, and, Magical Drop, though, had a two-player mode which could get, quite heated, as I recall.
Awesome. Oh yeah, I think I've seen it played. I remember that now.
Two-player puzzle games are, I think, even more frustrating than two-player fighting games. Because in fighting games, it's kind of like, if you practice, you're better, and if you lose, well, that's just kind of it. But puzzle games, you yell at the machine for cheating on you.
Yeah, during the Let's Play Summer Games, me and Kohei, we were playing a bit for practice, and, it would always be interesting. Always.
And you've got little cartoon mascots yelling at you.
Yeah, all the time. In Japanese, no less. Which I can understand a bit of, but not perfectly. Took a couple of years in high school, that's about it.
I went up through Intermediate 1 in college, and I can recall maybe Genki Desu Ka, that's about it.
Oh, here's another power-up. This one made sense. You just kind of clear a row. Except that was the first time I'd ever seen it, so I kind of didn't know what it was doing.
As if the game needed even more insanity. You actually seem to be doing pretty good for a little while there.
Yeah, that's usually how this game goes. I don't believe I've gotten my highest score yet, though.
I like how your little cursor kind of spins around and explodes like a dying Pac-Man.
Yeah. What time are we at? Okay.
So, standings of the LP Spring Fest are kind of interesting, really. It's like shaking up a little bit in the lower brackets. I don't like to brag because I have slipped down to third place. And will probably continue to decline from here on in.
Well, I kept climbing, and we actually got the judge point last week. I'm not sure if that meant the... No, that's right. She made it... Or... Zenny, I guess. I'm pretty sure it was Polly, because it was the same style. But, the trophy was awarded to, Brainiac and his partner.
Decoy Octopus.
Yeah, thank you. Look, I can remember all the other themes, but...
Maybe I just haven't been reading up before each round, but I'm not too sure how the judge points work. But you know, a little variance in there is kind of
if
good
I
to keep
correctly,
things moving.
it was said that he had a guest judge who awarded this point to a team, or well, a member normally, but they couldn't do it the same person twice in a row.
The same person.
So.
That makes sense. On the green row. There's actually a pretty decent stack right there, and then I myself, looking at 4 different places on the screen at once, would not be able to keep track of what all's going on.
I mean, as soon as that weird clicking noise would play whenever one of them hit the square, I would just kind of react to it. And that seems to do okay for levels 1 and 2, but level 3 it's going way too fast.
Yeah. My thing too is I have a problem like lining the cursor up on the exact, you know, square to be in place quickly. I have a tendency to want to go to the edge of the box, and that just wastes more of my time trying to move around.
Yeah, I'm just kind of moving everywhere on this box randomly. Because this, if it was just 4, that would have probably been better, actually. But I guess then it wouldn't have been as challenging.
Nah.
And I totally forgot that green one was up there. Oh, there we go.
Although it seems like, you know, having less squares would be like kind of a good idea. Like maybe a grid of 9 dots instead of however many this is, 16.
Yeah.
Like just for a training mode or something. To ease dumbasses like myself into being able to actually play the game. Oh no.
I looked it up pretty good there.
I think the game licked you up. So is this like Tetris where you basically select a higher stage and it just like comes at you?
I believe so.
Fast?
I never even tried to see what would happen if I did that, because I'm sure stage 9 would kill me pretty quick. I also still like don't have any idea how the difficulties work. If the easier difficulty makes these things come at me slower, I'd probably have an easier time. But we're supposed to be playing on standard, and so here we are.
I remember in the Fakakashi's Let's Play Olympics, in week 4, he did Tetris Attack, and he was playing it on some ridiculous difficulty, and I'm just like, just do it on default, and then I was terrible at the game. I don't think I got past the 3rd little cartoon character.
It's been a very long time since I've played Tetris Attack. I should do that. Not as a Let's Play or anything, but... That's funny you mentioned Zombies Ate My Neighbors earlier. I should probably get back to that, but this game was taking up way too much of my time.
Well, you know, this being a high score challenge week, we're doing this as late as possible.
Yeah. Well, that and I was kind of busy.
Yeah, I hear you there. Yeah, this is about the part where everything just starts to fall apart for me. When there's at least 2 rows on each side of the screen have become filled up, I have a hard time just keeping track.
Yeah, I was trying to keep them down to like 2 shapes each, but it doesn't work out too well once you hit this stage, and then once you hit stage 3, you pretty much die. At least that's how my experience goes. And I cannot get an orange to clear this out, so I'm pretty much dead here. And then I remembered that I can just switch it. But, yeah.
Well, if anything, this game teaches you to prioritize.
That's for sure.
Must be some kind of conspiracy amongst puzzle game makers to force people to get ready for the corporate world.
Yeah, it must be. I wonder if you get some kind of like bonus points for hitting stages or something. Doesn't look like it.
All I know that is in Tetris the music goes faster and tries to stress you out more. The higher you get crap stacked on the screen.
Yeah, With this game, it seemed like the opposite, because the Stage 3 music is actually pretty relaxed. But,
They're trying to lull you into a false sense of security.
maybe. And there I only got 17,000.
I wanted to see the sunflower again, but, alas, it was not meant to be.
I believe that was my last full run through. Yep. So, I just played this one because I noticed I had about a minute left. But, since I didn't get anywhere with this one, shall we call it a video?
Yes, I think, you have, performed quite respectably, if not skillfully. At least it all gave us, a little heartwarming little laugh to watch there. So, you get the consolation prize of a big bro hug from me over the internet. Come here,
Alright. Internet hug. But, I have been Ryuune Seichi.
And I have been Boner.
And join me next time for the next game, which will sadly be myself again.
We've been Team Hairy Tongues, but Hairy Tongues must now depart and go our separate ways.
I'm probably gonna say look it up in like all of my LPs now, though.
Yes, I'll throw a look it up in there for you too, good buddy.
Alright. So,
Bye, everyone.
until then, later guys.
See ya.